Hi, troopers. This is Mr. J, and we are recording live, even though it's not live, and just welcome you guys to our talk show here at Youth in Action in Ontario, California. For those that are watching on YouTube or whatever medium, we are sitting here with 4 out of the 11 of our high school graduates, the class of 2019! Alright, real good. So basically, we're just going to go ahead and share with you guys, well, I'm not. They are. They're going to do all the talk. Sounds good, Maya?
Yes.
Alright, we're just going to go ahead and act stupid. Is that okay?
Yes.
What, is that what they taught you guys in school, act stupid?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So why don't you guys just go ahead. Did I introduce myself?
You do.
Yes.
Alright, once again, I am the great Mr. J. And actually, these are my kids. Just want you to know. Alright, when you enter youth ministry, I think I told all you guys that too when you guys came, right? You know, when you guys started in 7th grade, didn't I say that, you know, you guys are my kids?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna disown you now that you graduated. Alright, so why don't you guys introduce yourself and go ahead and start with Maya. Maya, what is your name?
Hey guys, so my name is Maya Morris.
Do we clap?
That's it. Should we know something else about you?
Okay,
You guys can
so,
applaud if you like their little thing.
I graduated from Ayala High School in Chinook Hills. I'm attending UCR this fall for college, and I'm super excited to be here right now.
What's your name, man?
Oh, okay. Hello, you guys. My name is Ezra Gales, older brother to Elizabeth Gales. Love you, sis. I attended Colony High School for 4 years, graduated class of 19, happily. I'll be attending Mount Sac and hopefully still running track there, and pursuing better things after 2 years.
Yeah.
All right, well, Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira Conley Barnett. I graduated from Colony High School. In the fall, I'll be attending California State University of Dominguez Hills, majoring in pre-physical therapy.
All right, Mr. Langston.
Hello, my name is Langston Nesbitt, 5'7" point guard.
Langston got sideburns, right?
Out of
He has more
Oakland
hair
High
on his
School.
face than I have. Go ahead, Langston. I'm sorry. Go
Out
ahead.
of Oakland High School. I will be graduating tomorrow. This fall, I will be heading up north to Fresno Pacific, and my major is fire science because I want to be a firefighter.
Look. I stumbled across a clip. I want you guys to look at it.
Not have you as a screensaver.
Right? She don't.
Yeah, she'd be like, nope, I ain't about to have my husband on my screensaver.
That's sad.
No, what are you doing? He's not taking pictures.
Okay, so we saw these people and they had these shirts called Stop. And it said Stop Sinning. Like you are a sinner. Like that's kind of a big deal. You are a sinner.
Alright, the video says,
You can stop the video.
oh no,
Okay, all right. So
that was not it.
I just wanted to bring that clip up
That's
real
tough.
quick. You guys hear Langston's voice? He sound like me. You know what this? Hey guys. Hey troopers.
Come on, man.
All right, cool. So look, all right. I have a series of questions, and we're also going to let them ask some questions, and we're also going to be entertained by some of the wisdom that you guys are going to leave with us here. All right. So one of my questions is, when you first came into youth ministry, a brand new, fresh 7th grader, like some of our 7th graders right here, how did you feel like your first week in youth ministry?
Where do you want to start?
With anyone. I mean, what did it feel like coming in? Did you feel like a little dweeb or what?
All right, well, I felt nervous because I came to this church in the 5th grade. So, like, coming here, 7th grade, like, it was kind of quick. Like, it was within, like 2 years. So I just came from like the children ministry to here, and I'm like, okay, like I keep going back and forth. Like I'm like new to this. At first, it was kind of it was like nerve wracking. Like I was just like, I don't know a lot of these people. Like I see them from here and there around church, but it made me like really nervous. But then like, when you start to grow more and you meet more people and make new relationships and new friendships and stuff like that, then like it becomes a lot easier.
What was it like for you, Maya?
It was a big step going from the youth or the children's ministry to the youth ministry. There's a lot of older people like Evelyn, Leela, and all of them, and it was just crazy seeing them and knowing that you were inside of the same age group as them, and knowing that you were stepping up into a journey in your life where you're in that preteen phase and you weren't a child anymore. So it was a big step in my journey, and it was like Langston said, it was kind of nerve-wracking, just like stepping out of your comfort zone, but like it came along.
Yeah, Kira, you gonna say what?
I think for me it was different because I've been at this church since I was 2 years old. So I've known everyone for a very long time. So getting in the youth ministry, it was like a comfort zone because I knew most of the older kids and I got along with them and they knew me, and it wasn't like I was younger than them. They treated me like I was the same. So
I remember you sharing your experience with us, Ezra, regarding, coming in, fitting in kind of thing.
Yeah. So for me, I came to this church in 7th grade, middle of 7th grade actually. So it was kind of just, I was thrown into there, but it was actually a good experience. I haven't been to church for a long time, so I was happy to be back. And it just took me a while to meet everyone, being so new. But all in all, I came and grown with the church, which was a great experience. Put myself out there, didn't kind of hide away, so that was a good thing.
All right, so what were your years like in middle school? And I'm just really referring from 7th through 8th grade, because some of you guys start middle school at 6th grade, right? Yeah. All right, so 7th through, what was your experience like just in school, just dealing with school, middle school?
for me, my middle school years were my toughest years. I faced bullying and peer pressure and not really understanding who I was. So it was a big adjustment from elementary school. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's how teenagers finish a sentence.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me personally, my middle school years was different from Kira's. It actually was held with a lot of good times. I was a part of a lot. I was an avid. I played all the sports. So I had made a lot of bonds with a lot of different people who I still talk to today. And even though I moved midway through midway through the school year from one school to another, it wasn't bad for me, and I actually had a lot of fun.
For me, middle school, so I left. So my original middle school.
Wait, you said you left. What, you went to middle
Oh,
school?
sorry,
and you
I left
left?
elementary school, and then
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, my original junior high school I was supposed to go to was ranked lower, so they had the option for us to transfer to a different middle school. So I ended up going to Canyon Hills and Chino Hills, and there are a lot of new people that I didn't know because a lot of the people that went to my original school went to that junior high school that we're supposed to go to. So there was a lot of new people that I had to meet, and I had to be assimilated into like different types of groups. And I think the friends that I made, it was now like looking back, it was that decision. It wasn't negative nor positive, but it was something that I really had to reflect on and really see if it was the best for me. But overall, it wasn't a bad experience, but it wasn't like the best experience either. So it was okay.
My middle school experience, it was up and down. My 7th grade year was pretty bad. I was just all over the place. I feel like I was like trying to impress people, like rather than just handle my business.
I think I recall going to one of the parent
Yeah,
conferences.
I had like a parent-teacher conference, and Mr. J was there, my principal was there, my counselor, my grandparents, my parents, all of my teachers. Yeah, Miss Captain was there too. It was rough. 7th grade, I don't know what I was doing, and then 8th grade, 360 turnaround. Like everything just changed. Like I just started just focusing on me, just being the best me I could be, and then finished 8th grade strong. So middle school, it started off kind of rough, but I did my thing in the end.
Wow, okay, all right, so if you were able to change something 7th and 8th grade, I think we got yours, Langston.
Seventh grade.
What would you go back and change? 7th, 8th grade?
Y'all can all take it. I'm good.
You're not sure? Okay, let me pop this question in. All right. Okay, we have 7th and 8th graders here. We have those that are coming into the 7th grade. Some of them are still at the same schools, but you also have those that are coming from 6th grade to 7th grade here in youth ministry at this church. So they're going to be experiencing maybe some of the things that you guys have. What type of advice would you give them as they're making that transition into youth ministry, into their 7th grade year?
I would say honestly, just be yourself. Because at the end of the day, like it's really just you. Like don't be somebody that you're not, and don't get caught up hanging with like the wrong group. I know like your parents probably say this a lot, like don't be hanging with the wrong group and this and that, and it like sounds redundant, but it's serious. Like don't try to impress other people. Like don't try to like, oh, I'm gonna go hang with them because they seem cool. Like nah, just be you and like be who you are. Like if you have God in your life and you just stick to Christ, like it'll be okay.
I was about to say what Langston was going to say. Like, that's a really good point. And also because, like, once you aren't yourself, you get caught up in different groups that don't have their best intentions for you. And not necessarily, like, you get into a bunch of mess, but it's not a situation that you want to be in when there aren't people there for you. So you want to be yourself and just let those friends come to you and you make a group of your own.
Piggybacking off of what Langston said, I just want you guys to know, not everyone is your friend. Not everybody you meet is your friend. Not everyone that is in your classes is your friend. You have to really, really figure out who your friends are, because there are people who try to get you caught up, who don't have the best intentions for you. Even little 7th and 8th graders, you think like, oh, they're just young, whatever. No, there's people who are out to get you and want you to not succeed. So really stress that you need to find out who your true friends are, because everybody you meet isn't your friend. Not everyone you meet wants the best for you.
All right, before we go to Ezra Kara, look, when you came into the 7th grade, not just dealing with school, but youth ministry itself, when you came here, you had like a different focus from some of the other 7th graders. Because you were like, like a mom type kind of person that wanted to do everything right and was focused and so forth. And so you had like this, some rebuttals from your own peers. How did you actually deal with that?
I did have a lot of rebuttals from my peers, not only at school, but at church. I think, how did I deal with it? I just continued to stay true to who I was, and I think the people around me started to understand who I was once I continued to stick with what I was doing. Like certain things I wasn't willing to do, and they understood that, and I wasn't willing to change my mind about, and they understood that. So staying true to yourself, like they said, is important, because then people will start to understand what you're gonna do, what you're not gonna do, how they're gonna treat you, how they're not gonna treat you. So that's important.
Gales, you came here, you start youth ministry in the what grade?
7th. I I came in the middle, so it was like that January.
Okay, all right. I'm forgetting because I'm like 50 something. Yeah. Go ahead, share with us, please.
So, as well as being true to yourself, within these years, it's also a good thing to start practicing good habits. During these years of your life, you have actually a lot of time, more than you think. So, it's a good time to start practicing good habits, like praying, reading the Bible, practicing habits, studying habits, because if you start now, it all gets easier later in the years when you're more out of time, you know better ways to get through it, you have better skills, you have a better mindset about everything. So I would say that's also one thing to focus on.
All right, who's transitioning to high school? Who's going to be going to high school now? Put your hands up. Tala. Oh, shame on you, girl. All right, how many? Ty, you're going to high school, right? Anyone else going to the 9th grade? Shiloh, you're going to the 9th grade? All right. Okay, we got a couple of high school. Okay, transitioning from middle school to high school. All right, what was that feeling like? Because you guys were like top of the food chain, now you're going down to the bottom.
I saw grown men with beards the first day.
Wait a minute, you saw what?
I saw grown men with beards the first day, and I was knocked out of my mind. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Because they have beards, and I'm like, I'm still in school. Like, they're not in college yet, but it was so crazy because if you think about that age gap, you're 12, 13, or 13, 14, with the 17, 18, 18, 19. Like, those are grown people. So it was really crazy just, like, going and seeing that because you're like, this is a whole different world out here. And you're at the bottom of the food chain again, trying to make it back to the top. You're a freshie.
Pretty much.
Fresh meat.
Freshman, that's what it was.
Also, freshman year is a year of like.
Put your mic a little closer, Ezra. I really want to get you, man.
Hello, we good?
Yeah, we got you.
It's a year where you meet a lot of new people.
Yes.
A lot of new people and experience a lot of new things because high school is much more than middle school. So in that, I took advantage of that. Me being a very social person, I met a lot of people and joined a lot of clubs, were a part of a lot of different things. I kind of found where I wanted to be through that, so that was a good thing. But it was a good transition for me.
Yeah, Kira?
Me being the opposite of Ezra, he's social, I'm not. So it was tougher for me to connect with people. I would say freshman year was one of my hardest years because I didn't know how to navigate through like my trials and tribulations. And I wasn't very involved. That's something that I probably regret. I wasn't involved at all my freshman year because I think I was scared more than anything to put myself out there and get connected with people. So it's important to get connected because I did it and my freshman year wasn't the best.
My freshman year, super easy. I actually enjoyed my freshman year. I will say this though, my freshman year taught me this, like, and I can take this going into college especially, is that because I went to Pioneer, which only has about 500 kids at that school. So you're like, when you're an 8th grader, you're top of the food chain, like, yeah. And well, me being like me, I was very sociable, so I was pretty popular. Like I knew a lot of people, said hi to a lot of people and stuff like during the day. Then I get to high school. My high school has 4,000 kids at that school. So I mean, there was classes where I didn't have anybody from my school at all, and I'm just sitting there and I can't talk to anyone. So that was pretty rough at first because I didn't know a lot of people, and now I'm a little fish in the ocean. So it was kind of tricky at first, but I played basketball all 4 years. So like basketball kind of, I don't want to say gave me my friends, but like kind of helped me guide my way into like friendships and stuff and like make relationships. Because when you're playing basketball, then like you start to talk to some of the upperclassmen. Then the upperclassmen might have a friend here and there. So then you start to get to know people and like branch off and stuff like that. So I would say like getting like a club or organization or something like that. So that way you can make relationships and friends.
Ezra Maya.
Okay. Also, the classrooms and the class situation from middle school to high school, it's different. It is. Freshman year is like that transition. So don't like slack off and everything, trying to think like, oh, this is easy. It kind of reminds me of middle school. No, they're being easy on you so you can transition well. Use that to transition well. Use that time to get to know how the teachers work, how the classrooms are, and just work your way through that, because then the next few years will get a little easier too.
I was also going to say find something that you enjoy to do and stay consistent with it, because once you go to high school, there's so many different clubs and organizations and different sports that you can get involved in, but
Oh, no.
okay. And then, but like when I was a freshman, like I was very indecisive of what I wanted to do. There's so many different things, but like I committed to one thing. I committed to leadership, and I stuck with that, and it transitioned me for the better in high school. So just find something that you love to do, and then stick with it.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes.
I have something to say. Piggybacking off what Ezra said, as a freshman, don't think that you like have all the time in the world. Like if you fail a class, don't be like, oh, I'll just do it in the summer. Like, no, do not do that, because sometimes they don't offer the same classes, the same courses, or anything like that. So if you think that, oh, I'll just fail this class this year and then I'll take it in the summer, no, do not do that, because it's gonna set you back and you're not gonna have enough credits, and then it's a whole thing, and then we become a senior, and then they're like, oh, you don't have 5 credits and you need those 5 credits and you can't graduate. So just do what you need to do. We need to do it every single year. Don't wait on the summer like, oh, I'm gonna get it together now. No, do it when you need to do it.
And don't let people tell you that colleges don't start looking at your grades freshman year, because in reality they do. And those grades your freshman year are going to impact your grades that happen junior and senior year, and your sophomore year also.
All right. So when did you guys realize, what year was it when you realized that, okay, yeah, high school, okay, it's starting to work for me. Everything is starting to sink in. I'm getting this thing. We're rolling. What year was that?
Sophomore year. Sophomore year.
So all you guys in sophomore year?
Beginning of junior year.
You're like, junior. All right. So why was it your junior year, Kira?
Because that's when I decided finally to get involved in school.
Okay. All right. So why did it happen, Maya, for your in your sophomore year? What was it that made it happen for you?
I feel like I was just really trying to, like, I started to understand what fit with me, because I had all past experience, well, not all past experiences, but I had a year to really figure out what worked and what didn't work, and I was able to really transition into a person to really, find what worked best with me and maneuver around that. And I found out the friends that I could hang out with and the different classes that worked for me in the different organizations, and I started to cut down on some of my organizations that I just took up to have more of them, and I started to do the ones that I started to enjoy and that I was committed to and that I was consistent with. And I felt like it took me that time for me to really figure that out.
All right. So out of all 4 years, your best year in high school, and I bet you all going to agree it's going to be the same, was what year?
Senior year.
All right. Yeah. All right. So what made senior year so special, Langston?
My senior year was like, it was partially a wake-up call, because my wake-up call was my sophomore year. But like senior year kind of like opened my eyes even more, because senior year, if I could say like it taught me anything, it pretty much just taught me like at the end of the day, like life is a competition. Like no matter what you do, like life is really a competition. Like you're competing to get to college. Like if you think like, okay, yeah, like I got a 3.0, I'm doing this, like I go to church, this and that, like there's 200 other people that do the same thing, that are applying for the same like scholarship, that are applying for the same thing, like anything that you're going for. Like if you're applying for a school, like there's 200 people that have the same thing that you have. So what makes you stand out? Like that's what it taught me my senior year. Like do something that really makes you stand out from the rest. So I like took that and I was just like, you know what? Like I'm gonna do something different. Like a lot of my senior friends slacking off, weren't really going to class, like ditching class, and I was just like, you know what? Nah, like I gotta go to class. Like I'm really like trying to get on this. Like, plus my mom like stayed on me too, so I didn't get too much senioritis. But I was just like, you know what, like I gotta finish strong in high school. Like I can't just slack off.
Kira?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're out of school now. Bring them went to sleep. Next 2 months. All right, so why was your senior year like your best year?
Oh, okay. My senior year was my best year, probably because I knew the ins and outs of the school. I knew this is bad, don't do this, but I knew like when I could leave, when I couldn't leave, like I knew how to figure out my life throughout my senior year, and unlike Langston, I had senioritis, but I stayed on top of my stuff. I still did my homework. I still went to class when I needed to go. I did my tests. I was still involved. I finished the year with straight A's. So I did what I needed to do.
You
But
finished with straight A's?
yes,
I didn't know that.
like weird. So I think it was easier for me because I just knew what I needed to do, and I knew everybody at the school, and it was fun.
All right. Maya?
Why was it my best year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the beginning of senior year was really stressful, not gonna lie, because it was college app season, and that was a very hard time of my life. It was very rough because you really are trying to gather years worth of things and trying to figure out what makes you stand out, like Langston said, from all these people that are doing the same exact thing as you're doing. And it's hard because you think that you're doing so much and that you're so special, but in reality, there's so many people that are also special, and you're really trying to figure out what these colleges expect from you to really think that you're a good fit for their school. And I think that also pushed me to come to terms that the school that you think you belong at may not always be the school that you're going to end up at, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, all things work out in the end. God has your back, and you just have to remember that because it's a rough time. Like, it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to say it's easy. Because it's just going to all work out in the end. And your worth is not based off of grades. Don't let anybody still get good grades, but your worth is not based off of a grade that someone's going to give you. Just stand out, do the best that you can, and work hard. And that's what I had to realize, and I did. So that's good.
Cool. Ezra, do I have to repeat your question?
So the question was, what made senior year the best year for us? For me personally, I did go through some challenges senior year, like with college apps and everything, trying to focus up on where I wanted to go, what I want to do, this and that and this. Because you feel as if you're putting your whole life forward into that one moment, those first few months of just high school. But through those challenges, I've learned a lot about myself, about different systems, schools. It was really good. But personally, I had a lot of fun senior year within the school. My sports, it was my last year, so I just had fun with it. I was a captain. I took on the younger students, especially my little sister. That was fun. During the rallies, my friends and I we were like the hype people of the school. We were the very energetic ones. So in a sense, we try to leave our mark on the school, like the school left their mark on us. And I think we did a pretty good job. My friends and I, myself, and I think that's one reason why senior year was fun for me.
All right, so Langston, yes, sir.
All right, like pretty much piggybacking on what Maya said about like if you apply to a school and you don't get in, like it's okay. Like I have a story behind that because I have a kid in my AVID class who had a 4.5 GPA. Like out of all high school, like had a 4.5 GPA. He was on the cross country team, track team, and a key club. Like he had it all. He applied for UCLA. That's the only school he applied for, and didn't get in. And because he didn't get in, he's just like, you know what, like I'm gonna take a gap here. I'm just gonna work. Like I don't know. I'm probably not gonna go off to school anymore. And I was like, dude, like you really limited yourself to one school, and because you didn't get in, like you just get so like please do not give up just because you didn't get into like one school, like the school of your choice. Like apply to other schools. It's okay to go to another school. Like yeah.
That's good encouragement there. And Tama is talking about something off mic, and yeah, we're gonna get her up here sometime. But okay, great. Okay, so tell me. All right, what kind of things did you guys do in high school? What were you a part of? What clubs? All right, Ezra, you talking about clubs and stuff? You know.
Okay, so I was like an unofficial official member of a lot of stuff.
He was.
I helped out with ASB, Renaissance. I was actually in Link Crew, and I was the first Link Crew president at Colony, which was cool. I was part of the video game club, Super Smash Club. I joined the Christian club every now and then. I wasn't able to make it all the time. I ran track, I played football, I played basketball. I did quite a few things.
You did everything that they offered on campus.
Not everything.
Right.
Did a lot of it.
All right.
Get involved. I went to the anime club, the K-pop club every now and then.
We did.
I went to after school tutoring to tutor people and to also get help. That was actually a really fun experience with some of the people we met there. Yeah. So those are a few things that I've done.
All right. Who else? What?
I played basketball all 4 years at my school. I was on varsity since my sophomore year, which was eventful. I was vice president of BSU my senior year. You know, I did that, and there's a lot of things I did. I was also part of the Avid Club that met Tuesdays after school, so that was entertaining as well. And I believe that is it. Yeah.
All right.
I think that's what it is.
For ladies? Yeah, we're trying to get into your Kool-Aid.
So I was a part of the USB leadership class. Most people know as ASB, all 4 years, and then I did a bunch of things through there. So like, I was commissioner of community relations. So I was the head of all the community service events at the school, and like keeping in like talk with the different businesses around our school and really getting them to support us and fundraise with us. I was a performing arts commissioner, so I was in charge of all the performing arts students around the school and giving them recognition. I was a part of the BSU, Pre-Med, Red Cross.
You said pre-med?
Yes, and Red Cross.
So you're like some kind of special nurse, trained person.
Yeah.
You can bring me back to life.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I don't know, like, I think it was the things that I did within those things, like, I was committed to those things, and there's so many different events that I could be involved in within those, so that was my thing about it.
All right, Kira, trying to hold back.
My freshman and sophomore year, I was in BSU. My sophomore year, I was BSU vice president. My junior and senior year, I was in ASB. My senior year, I became senior class president. And that was pretty much it.
Okay, all right, tell me this. What stood out, because you guys have been here in youth ministry and had to deal with people such as the guy sitting in his chair. Tell me, what were like your, how did youth ministry benefit? How did it help your life, your spiritual growth component?
Youth ministry helped me with my faith and learn leadership skills. So I was able to help people younger than me, and not that I felt like they were any lower than me, but it was important for me to be an example for them, especially my little sisters who are in here. I think it's important that I am an example in my faith and in public with other people. So I think mostly my faith and leadership.
I think that It's really helped me like a lot. Like Kira said, with my faith. Like, it also helped me like, learn pretty much like how to delegate and know like who your like closest friends are. Because like I said, like I thought I just like everybody's my friend, like everybody's cool, everybody's this and that. But like it really comes down to like who has your back at the end of the day. And I built some of like my best friendships and like relationships in the youth and in this church, so that helped out a lot.
For me personally, getting involved in youth ministry helped me out a lot, especially with us not going to church as much when we were younger, or before then. Getting involved in the youth ministry helped me actually get more focused and see more sight into dedicating myself to God. So through that, it helped me with a lot with staying focused on when I had problems in life, to look onto God rather than onto myself. And youth ministry helped build that foundation, and that's one major thing that I'm thankful for.
Yeah, yes, Mike.
So in the beginning, I'm like the opposite of Ezra. In the beginning, I was super involved in church, and I came here a lot. And then as time progressed, like for different reasons and for me just being busy, like I haven't been here as much as I should, and I haven't been here in such a long time. And that's something that I regret deeply. And I feel like nobody should put themselves inside of that situation, because coming here like just makes so many things in your life better. Because I know like when times were hard, I would come to church and I would feel so much better about everything that's going on. Even though like that situation could still be happening, just coming to church and praising God and being with people that are there for you and that have your back, really like it comforts you. So now I'm just starting to get back into coming back to church, but don't let your outside events and your outside activities that you do come in the way of you really coming here to make connections and just come here to stay true to your faith. And that's something that I missed out on and I regret it, but hopefully I will be able to get back on track and start coming again.
Okay, all right, your education is heading in what direction? Where are you going, and what is it you want to do in life?
So I'm going to UCR and I'm majoring in Education, Society, and Human Development. So I want to take that into making policies on the legislative side for the educational system, because it's very corrupt and there's so many things wrong with it, and I want to really work on making it better. But I'm also looking into going through the pre-med track. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but I'm hoping to combine both of them. I'm planning on going to medical school and in the end focus on activism as well as becoming either a PA or a medical something.
You're going to be busy, all that stuff just
Yeah,
going to
I
make you
am.
tired.
Yeah.
Ezra!
I myself am thinking about going into either computer science or engineering. Both of those have interested me greatly when I was younger and even now, especially looking into the jobs. There are many different jobs within the fields, but I'm hoping to find exactly which one in particular as I keep going through. But computer science is like the upcoming new generation of the world, and engineering is what we'll always need. So those are two, I think, well-focused jobs and careers I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, Kira.
In the fall, I'll be attending California State University of Dominguez Hills. My major is pre-physical therapy, so I'm going to become a physical therapist and eventually open my own physical therapy practice.
All right.
In the fall, I will be attending Fresno Pacific University, and I'm majoring in fire science because I want to be a firefighter when I get older. So, I'm also taking African American Studies because that's a class I always wanted to take. So, if I find something that I can like do with that, then I'm gonna probably use that as well because I like that class.
All right, crazy question. I want you guys to think about this. If it was like your last time ever seeing any of these people in this room, what would you tell them? What would you leave with them? All right, think about that. All right, so while you're thinking about that, tell me, give me one thing Mr. J needs to work on. Give me one thing, just one thing. I'm listening. Since you guys are leaving youth ministry, you know, it's not gonna hurt me. I'll be okay.
Are you sure?
One thing I need to work on.
Are you
It could
sure?
be something good. Maybe I eat too many, you know, chocolate chip cookies or something, or whatever.
Sometimes when you come into like
Langston, you be nice.
Wednesday night Bible study,
Okay.
like you had a long day at school, you're kind of tired, you know, and you're not trying to hear a person just scream at you when you walk through the door, right? But you know, Mr. J is that guy, and there's been a couple of times where I've been asleep, and Mr. J has woke me up, and I have not been too happy. So I wouldn't really improve it, but I'm just saying like y'all gonna have to deal with that a lot. Like,
Yeah. Go ahead. I can't do anything to you now. You're leaving youth ministry. I can't torture you guys. Kira.
I don't have anything to say.
Yes, sir? Maya. My boy!
Oh,
All right, cool.
wait.
What?
Sometimes I know you love Miss Catherine. I love her too. But sometimes, like, you be going a little far. And, like, we don't
You
really
be
want to hear
reaching.
all of that. But I know you love her. Like, I know you do. But, you know, you can, like, pipe down a little bit sometimes.
All right. Okay, look. The reason why I do that, I think I've explained it a few times, is I am trying to be, because a lot of you guys are going to be going into relationships, right? Getting married, girlfriend, boyfriend, stuff like that, court. Okay, the reason why I do that is because I try to be an example in my relationship. You know, and just let you know that, you know, marriage is great, and my wife is just hot.
Okay.
All right, so anyway. Okay, Maya, your last words to them would be what? Huh?
be first.
You want to start Langston? All right, go ahead. We can do that.
If I were to tell y'all one last thing, like if y'all would never see me again, I would say, like, at the end of the day, chase your bag. Like, be about you. Like I said earlier, life is, like chase a bag. Like,
Don't worry
like
about it.
yeah, because like I said earlier, at the end of the day, life is really a competition. Like whatever you do, whether you play sports, whether you're applying for a job, whether you're applying for college, anything, like whether you're trying to buy a house, like life is really a competition, like, and make yourself stand out. And if you stay in church and just continue your relationship with God, I promise you He will provide a successful path for you. But at the end of the day, like, just be about you and chase your bag. Like, that's what you gotta do.
All right, cool.
If you guys were to never see me again, I would, okay, y'all probably think I'm about to say this because we at church, but like, no, this is real. You need to have a relationship with Christ, like, period. Like, there's no other alternative into having a successful life. You can't do it alone. Your parents can't do it for you. Your grandma can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. Mr. J can't do it for you. Unless you have a relationship with Christ, you and Him, it's not gonna go your way. So I really suggest that you stay committed to your relationship. Read your Bible, pray, and you're gonna fall off. You're gonna have your weary times. But just keep at it, because you'll see that God will continue to work in your life and things will start going the way it's supposed to. Just keep going, keep pushing, don't give up, and just remember that He has you. And if you need help, Mr. J's here for you, and Miss Catherine, and Miss Tala, and Miss Clay, and Aaron, and everyone. I'm here for you. I might be going to college, but I'll be around. My sisters will be here. So just, if you need help, ask.
Okay. If I was to leave saying one thing, always strive to be the best you that you could be. You will hit hardships not only with other people but within yourself, right? And through all of that, you're gonna have to, you're gonna go through a lot. And through that, you have to build off of yourself. Because being the strongest you is the best thing that can happen. And it's gonna help you out through any complication. And yeah, there's a lot of personal thinking and self-building within that, but also it all comes through God. Because that's one thing I work on a lot, and every time I try to do it on my own, there's always some mishap. And I've learned my lesson. So in order for those of you who are doing the same thing to not go through as many hardships, it's best to believe in God. But always work on yourself and strive for better in your own life, you know? It's one thing for me.
Thank you.
If I was to leave and never see any of you guys again, I would probably say that the sky's the limit and the only person that will ever hold you back in life is yourself. And there's so many opportunities that you will let fly past you, and there aren't any other people to stop you but yourself. So make sure that you just keep doing the things that you need to do and do whatever you want to do. Well, not really. Okay, like try your best and don't think that anything's too hard for you to accomplish, because it's only going to be yourself telling you that it's too much when in reality it may not be. And just to go after it and really push yourself in life.
Hello everyone, this is Sister Catherine Williams and
Adrienne Clay.
And we just want to give a farewell, love, and encouragement to you guys. And you guys have been very important to all of us. And we're so proud of you, and we just wanted to share something with you before you leave. And it's something that will stick with you, okay? I'm going to talk to the guys for right now. Langston, he has been a young man who he danced with us in the dance ministry. Maya, she danced in the dance ministry, young lady. And you owe me a dance. But I just want to encourage you. In my book, Straight from the Heart, I wrote some letters to young men. I wrote some letters to some young men who was going to college. This is back in '99. So these are some prayers and encouragement words for young men. That I had a cheerleader for the young girls, for the young ladies who's going to college. So for the girls, you can do it. And you too, for the guys, you can do it. You can do it. You can. Oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You can. Oh yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Also for the ladies too. This is a prayer, but I'm not going to read. I'm just going to just kind of overview, just praying for all of you all. When you're going different places, asking God to bless you and happen to give you strength in your mind and give you strength in your body. You know, because there's going to be a lot of temptation out there. There's going to be some honeys out there, and they're going to be coming at you. You know, and so you have to stay focused. Lord, give me strength, and focus go this way. So I'm praying that God will cover you, and when those times get tough, call Mr. J. Call us. You know, we there to help all you all. We want to make sure you guys stay focused and get everything you need. And we love you. We love you so much. We appreciate it. This young lady, she's always been a jewel. She's been a jewel. I just thank God for you. You've always been there. We just love you. We love you.
And I just want to quickly say, and this is for those who are sitting there, these have been model students here. Not perfect, but model, because they stuck with it. They didn't always do things the right way, but that's okay. That's what growing up is called. But they continued to strive to do better. They're great examples. And I remember Kara, I don't know if you remember this, Kara, because you were very young. You were 2 years old. But you did an announcement with me for Vacation Bible School. So I just walked her up, I held her, and I asked the congregation, well, we're going to Vacation Bible School. Kara, what do you think about that? And she said something like, I bought you a job. And so I was her translator. And so she did that very well. And I just appreciate no matter what we asked her to do, she did it. Maya, I got to know Maya very well because she was a Bible drill participant. Very competitive. wanted to do the best, wanted to be the winner, and she was. And I say the same for these two young men. They're very competitive, wanting to do the best, but they're very personable. And I like that. I appreciate that about all of them. And they shared some wisdom tonight. I mean, some wisdom. So if you could just take a little bit of what they said and use it, I think you'll be okay. And let's all of us remember to pray for them. And then the other 7 who are not here tonight, but pray for our seniors as they go on another season in their life. God bless you all. We love you. We're here for you, to pray for you. You don't even have to tell me the situation. Just say, Miss Clay, I need you to pray, and I will do that. God bless
Well,
you.
we appreciate you guys coming and sharing with us. And man, we just want to let you guys know that, I'm quite sure you guys already know this, that as you guys move forward, youth ministry and this church, we are behind you guys, and we are here to do as much as possible as you move to the next chapter of your lives. So God bless you guys. Do me a favor and just say hi and bye to everybody out there. Camera that's watching, and so forth, and we're out of here.